Hello everyone, my name is Ananya and welcome to another episode of CC Conversations. Today we have an inspiring guest joining us. She is a young and ambitious final year student pursuing Bachelor's of Science in Economics. Meet Ananya Kumar. She is the youngest TEDx speaker at Sri Balaji University, Pune. She is curious, driven and ready to take on the corporate world. And I think you will find her story very interesting. Welcome, Ananya.
Hello.
Very glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So, starting with the interview, how was your experience as a TEDx speaker at SBUP? And also, can you share your experience earlier of your first TED Talk with TEDx Youth?
Okay. Honestly, let me begin from the start. The moment I walked inside the campus of SBUP, I was, like, okay, pretty daunted that, okay, it's good. It's even though it's my second TED Talk, but I was pretty daunted and, nerve-wracked that, okay, and because there are a lot of dignitaries right over here who are speakers with me. But the moment I started speaking around with people, whether it's your team, your volunteers, or, the speakers themselves, it kind of went away. And I believe that my TED Talk went pretty well thanks to your hospitality, like genuinely, like amazing. And overall experience, the TED Talks that I've heard so far, they've been amazing, very informative. I was just imagining that, okay, I'm going to tell this to my friends and family when I go back, that I heard this, I got this experience. So yeah, it's pretty amazing, and it just feels super, humbling to be a part of all this. About TEDx Youth at Hyderabad, which was in October 2024 itself. So that was my first TED Talk, of course daunting as well because it was the first one. But I think, so it all happened, because I networked with their organizers, because I've grown up watching TED Talks, and to be associated with TEDx, I didn't really think that I'll be getting to speak on the TEDx platform someday. But of course, like, why not give a try to it? So that's how I got my first TEDx talk, and in the similar way, I got this one as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. But the experience is genuinely so amazing. It's really cool. Yeah.
So, coming to your profession, what led your interest in management consulting and business intelligence?
Okay, for business intelligence, so when I was in semester 3 of my college,
Yeah.
so I used to, so always since school I've had this thing that I just don't want to put all my energy into just studying and books and academics.
Yeah.
So I always, used to look for extra courses or learn new skills. So there's this software called Microsoft Power BI, which stands for Power Business Intelligence. So I started learning that on YouTube and Coursera and everything. So I found it really cool and very relevant in the business world, because we've had TED Talks, on AI and all of it.
Yeah.
So it's just very relevant of the automation part of it. That's for business intelligence. For management consulting, it was when I was rejected to be a part of my consulting club, of which I'm the vice president currently. But I mean, yeah, so I was curious that, okay, and I started learning about consulting, not just for the sake of cracking the next club interview, but also to learn about it as a profession as well. And I really liked it. So yeah, that was pretty much it.
So, can you share your journey in, like, you're based in Lucknow, now you're in Pune. So how this transition happened, or transformation, and how your personality grew with that?
Sure. Honestly, the plan was never to come to Pune. It was not to do, my undergraduate studies from India itself. But honestly, that's the good part about life. Honestly, it's just very spontaneous, and whatever happens, happens for the best. So in Lucknow, in high school, I took up economics as a subject, and I was very clear that I want to, I want my undergraduate major to be in economics. So, like, due to some circumstances, I couldn't go abroad. And so yeah, I mean, so I started looking for colleges in Pune itself. So I was like that, okay, I can, because Pune is a really great place to study. So I came across Symbiosis, and yeah, that's how it happened, honestly.
You have also done several internships in, like, multiple companies. So can you share your experience in working in different industries like investment banking or with member of Office of Parliament?
Sure. Honestly, for doing like diverse internships and diverse sector, I feel like that if you really want to understand like how a sector works, and if you want to see that how you'll thrive in it, or if you won't do well in it, that's totally okay. You need to get a first-hand experience of it. So I tried applying for different internships during
Okay.
my college stint. I mean, still in college though, but yeah. So I was a research intern at the Office of Member of Parliament. So I was helping with their co-peds, their parliamentary, interventions and drafting speeches and analyzing that how much budget is allocated to which ministry. All of this was particularly, directed towards the state of Odisha, because that was the person I was working with,
Okay.
who was a member of Rajya Sabha. That was the research internship. It was remotely, basically. Investment banking internship has been the most rewarding one, honestly, because this company, Marquee Equity, so it works entirely online, and it has this global network of investors and startups and everything. So I was tied to 7 different startups from Australia, New Delhi, Sweden, Switzerland, and Dubai. So I worked with them, I spoke to those clients, made financial models, made pitch decks for them so that they can secure capital and funding for their businesses.
So how was your experience while working with the startups?
Really nice. I mean, it kind of accelerated my tiny will to have my own startup in the future someday, because at the end of the day, I just want to have like a means or a tool in which I can give back to society, because I just considered myself pretty blessed and privileged because the way I've been born and brought up, and I would do. So to do something for the people, I see startup as, like that one thing and that one tool to do that. And I think the idea of having my own startup and my own venture was not the original one. I just wanted like, okay, I'll do a job and everything. But I think as you meet with people, you in college, you network with people, TEDx and all these conferences that you go to, and your perspective changes, right? And the more you read on LinkedIn news articles, I just saw that startup is okay, it's the buzz thing. And I did think of like a couple of ideas that, okay, maybe we can work in this realm. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So soon you're going to enter in the corporate world. So what industry or company excites you the most to work with?
Okay, as of now, I really like marketing. I mean, there's like a lot of industries which compel me to work with them. But if you ask a preference, so it's marketing, consulting, finance, and investment banking. If you ask a company, I would say Boat by Aman Gupta. So my fascination with Boat started because of Shark Tank. Then I started looking up, okay, what education is and how they did their business model. And I mean, of course, as a user of Boat products also. So I really like that company. Yeah.
Okay. So any final words for our listeners about following your passion?
I think okay. See, about following your passion is, it's first of all, it's totally okay if you feel lost, if you feel if you don't feel at par with your batchmates or whatever, because that self-doubt happens a lot of time, especially when you're in your late teens and you're in your early 20s and all. That happens, and honestly, that's totally okay. Right. About following your passion, one thing that I personally stick to is being disciplined. You have to be very disciplined, because if you really want it, you have to work for it. Like, even if you feel like it was purely luck and some things happen by luck, you have to create your own luck. And you have to work hard for it. You have to polish yourself. Of course, being mindful of your mental and physical health, because you need to be in proper form to work for your passion. But I think, yeah, so discipline is really, really important, and consistency is very important. You have to constantly talk to people, network with them, get their feedback, who have done wonders in the field that you want to go. So I think, yeah, that pretty much helps. And again, with time, reading, experimenting new things, trying out new ideas, that's what really, kind of would take your passion to new heights.
I'm very glad that like at the age of 19 you have understood all these things, because nowadays many children, they don't know what to do in their career or their future. So it's a very good thing to know.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much.
you.